guys, today I'm going to be showing you a kid-friendly craft that you can do with your family for any patriotic holiday. It's going to be a small painting of a US flag. It can be messy, but you're going to use different types of stickers to lay out the layout before your child paints it, and the end result is always cool. So I hope you enjoy the video.
Okay, so I'm using a flat matte whiteboard here. It doesn't really have any texture on it, but you could totally use some that does. I am applying some really tiny star stickers. Now this is a little time consuming because you have to make sure you have the right amount. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it goes 6, 5, 6, 5, and there's, I think, 5 rows of 6, and then 4 rows of 5 or something like along those lines. But anyways, you're going to try to line them up the best you can using your fingers. You can also use a pair of tweezers. That might be a little easier. Next, I am taking some paper tape, also known as washi tape, and I am just I'm covering all the areas that you don't want painted blue. Now the premises of this is the first step of the painting process. You'll be painting over the blue stars, or over the stars in the corner, and when you lift up the stars later on, when you're untaping everything, it will leave the stars white, like the American flag. So you want to make sure your flag has 13 stripes between red and white. I accidentally miscounted, so my flag only had 12 stripes, so I would definitely double check your math before you're done with this step. But I'm just going to continue doing the washi. One tip I do have is to not line them over each other. Try to have a little tiny gap in between, because when you go to lift up every other line to paint the second step of painting, then you will have an easier time. So I'm going to make a darker blue. I have turquoise and black, and I'm going to make this kind of a rustic color blue. I would have let my son do this, but he was just painting earlier in that day, and he didn't feel like painting again. So I'm going to paint it myself, which is fine. I'm just going to paint this very messily. You could use fingers for this, but I really like this whole messy scribbled effect almost, so I'm just kind of painting everywhere that the stars are and making sure that they're well covered. You want to try to push down the stars with the brush while you're trying to paint it so you don't lift them, but if you lift them, it's fine as part of the rustic look. So I'm going to let this dry, and I walked off camera. Now that it's dry, I'm going to peel up every other stripe, and this is what we're going to be painting red. Like I said, I miscounted. I had one stripe too little, but you get the gist. I'm going to lift up all the pieces of tape. Be careful not to rip the board, and you're just going to paint in between. Now, if this is for a super young child that doesn't understand like staying in the lines, I'd probably cover back up that blue area, or at least give a border of washi tape around your outside edges. It's up to you personally, but because I'm an adult, I didn't need that step. So I'm just going to paint in this really messily. I didn't really care about staying inside or outside the lines. I just kind of did whatever. So I'm going to then start peeling off the washi tape to see my final product. Now, after I pulled off all this washi tape, I wasn't happy with how super clean the lines were. I wanted this to be very rustic, very messy looking. So I followed back up with the red paint and just kind of messed up some of my lines to take away some of the neatness. I think this gave it a nice, cool effect. I also like that I put the paint thicker in some areas than others. I like that effect. So now here's the time-consuming process of peeling off all those little tiny stars. Originally, I started doing this by hand, and I decided it was taking entirely too long. So then I took the little pointy part you use to scrape under your nails for nail trimmers. I took that and was using that to lift up the stars, and it was a lot easier that way. But as you can see, the stars create a negative space in the blue, creating the stars and stripes. And I really like this craft. I think it's super cute. I used it in my own home decor on one of my mantles that's patriotic themed, and I think this would be a great craft for many kids. I'm going to say probably like 2 and up, as long as a 2-year-old has, adult supervision and help. But this is what it looks like on my mantle.
And that is how I made my DIY kids craft flag. I don't even know what to call this really, but it looks great as home decor. It would be a great school activity, a great summer activity. I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, feel free to subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.